to Jam with Dr. Terry, where Jam stands for Jesus and Me. I'm Dr. Terry, Children's Pastor for Faithful Central Bible Church. Children, have you ever known someone who was afraid of something and you didn't think it was scary? We all have different fears, and what we find fearful may seem silly to someone else. Even if we try to help someone who is afraid, they may not believe us. Some people choose to live in fear, but there's one simple answer to fear, and that is God. Fear doesn't come from God, and He will help us overcome it if we let Him. In this series, we've learned how to see as God sees. God sees the leader in you. He sees what's in your heart and my heart. God sees your future and my future. God knows the promises that He has for us, and He sees His power and strength. When Moses and the Israelites reached the land that God promised them, Moses sent 12 men in to see who and what was there. Of all 12 men, only 2, Joshua and Caleb, saw that what God was doing was bigger than anything they would face. The other 10 didn't see it that way. They were afraid. They must have forgotten that God allowed Moses to help the Israelites escape slavery in Egypt and lead them into the land that God promised. How could they forget that God saved them and brought them into the land that He promised them? Thankfully, Joshua and Caleb trusted God, and they knew that God was with them. Although the 10 men were afraid and shared a bad report with the people, Joshua and Caleb had the courage to speak the truth. They had faith that God had everything under control. Do you think that everyone believed Joshua and Caleb? Nope, not at all. Instead, they wanted to kill Joshua and Caleb, but God didn't let that happen. God protected them, and they went into the land that God promised them. Children, it's hard to imagine that the Israelites would doubt God after all they saw Him do to free them and protect them. But fear is a very powerful emotion. Fear spreads like a disease, infecting everyone who believes it. Everyone is afraid at some point in their lives. We have the choice to decide if we will believe in that fear and miss out on what God has for us, or choose to have faith that God will take care of us. Is there anything you're afraid of today? Whatever fear you have, God is the solution. He's the answer. He doesn't want us to let fear control our lives. We may not see the answer right away, but that's where faith comes in. God works things out for our good, but not necessarily in the time when we want Him. We can look back and see where God directed our steps and worked everything out. When we put our trust in Him, we should try to be like Joshua and Caleb. Fear is big, but God is bigger. Children, thank you so much for joining me today. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. I'm Dr. Terry, and I'll see you next time.